All right. Welcome, everyone. We're glad you could join us today on our EdTech Tuesday. Today, we're going to go over some tech takeaways from the 2025 Technology Conference that took place last week in Austin. Today, you have myself and Valentine to go over some of those things we took away from the conference. And if you will, just keep your mics muted for now. If you have questions, just type them in the chat and we'll answer them from there. And then if you haven't registered on the professional development system, make sure you do that so you can get credit for attending the session today. The number is 356511. And I did put the link in the chat. So if you just click on that link, you're able to go in or sign up, sign in. The remote check-in code is PSJA Tech. These are a few of the tools we're just going to mention today that we saw at TCEA. This is not a training session today. This is more of a discussion and different things that Valentine and I saw. And we'll show you a few of the things today, but it's not a full-blown session on each of these items because there's no way we could do that in this short amount of time. But if you are interested in learning more about one of these, just let us know and we can have more sessions. A couple of them we've already done some sessions, so we do have those on our YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, and it will be just a conversation. I'm so happy that a lot of our coordinators that were actually there at TCEA are here, and we'll be able to participate and join in on what they saw at TCEA. There was a lot of stuff happening. AI was still the big ticket item happening everywhere. Don't you think, Debbie?
Yeah, it's a lot of AI sessions and a lot of these things that we're talking about today. I think pretty much all of them have some type of AI included.
I agree. You're going to be talking about Notebook LM, and it's something that you were just showing me right now what you learned, and I can't wait for everybody to see it as well. And I love how this list was strategically created by Sanaida, our boss. She was in a session and was starting to write down stuff that she saw, and we just added more into it. We want to just share what we saw and then provide you some of our feedback or likings of how you can use it in your classroom or with your teachers.
And we will give you a copy of the slides, so you'll have the links to all of these different apps if you're interested in going and trying some of them out today. And some of them might be already familiar with you, that you might be familiar with. This one I thought was so cool. If you're familiar with Leslie Fisher, she is a speaker. That's her occupation is speaking at technology conferences. And she always has some fun and insightful ideas. And I really liked this Notebook LM. I'm just going to get out real quick of this. And it is a Google product, so it does work on Edge, however.
It's one of the resources that come from Google Labs. So there's several Google Labs new things coming up, and It's really cool.
Yes. So it is experimental, and of course it is AI, but you can upload pretty much any type of content that you want to add. PDFs, documents, links, and this can help you then study, basically. It does, that type of thing. You can get study guides. You can get a briefing document. You can get like a timeline to help you study, that type of thing. Another thing it does, it will create a conversation and it will create kind of like a podcast. So I just actually put the list of our links. I didn't really give it a lot of information, but it did create this it's kind of like a podcast. So I just want to play a little segment of it, and then you can actually interact with the podcast. So we'll do that as well. So let's just turn it on.
Hey everyone, welcome to our deep dive into all things TCEA 2025. You'll be sifting through your notes, your links, your presentations, and just zeroing in on what matters most to you.
Absolutely.
Now just imagine walking out of a conference like TCEA.
Oh, yeah.
Your head buzzing with possibilities.
Right.
but also feeling like you just drank from a fire hose
A lot.
of information.
A lot.
That's where we come in.
That's right.
Get ready to uncover some hidden gems.
Yeah.
Like we have a toolkit for tech professional development.
That's important.
We have tips for creating killer graphics.
So I'm going to interact with it now. We don't want to spend too much time on either one, but you can see I didn't give it too much information, but it's starting to just have that conversation that, let's see if I'm able to do this. Sometimes if it's slow internet, we might not be able to, but it's kind of cool. Like that's totally AI.
Yeah,
like,
and it interacts the way that Debbie was doing it. It interacts with the person. So think about doing it with the student. The student can communicate with those two voices and have conversations about whatever resources you uploaded.
Let me see if I can do it here.
Do it.
I don't know if it will. I think this is a source. It's not letting me join over there, but.
Or it might be because we're live and the microphone is used, but it sounds really cool. Debbie was doing it and she started talking with them and they started responding on the tools that she was saying and they were giving feedback on it. It was pretty interesting. A little bizarre, but really cool.
Yeah, we might not be able to demonstrate it, but I do recommend that you try it out. It's kind of fun. And you could, like the students, you could have them take their work, a paper they wrote, and they would, they could create, that podcast on what they wrote on their work. So
I tested it out, Debbie, actually with chapters that I do for my communication studies at the university, and I added the next 2 chapters, and I created also the little podcast, and it was really interesting to see how I grab all the material and make it conversation style. So I'm going to try to give it to my students at the university and just give them another resource of having to learn the content that will make it more engaging, but I think it's cool.
Hey everyone, welcome to, oh wait,
Here
someone wants to join. Hey, go for it.
Hey, this is Debbie and Valentine. We're here with a group of educators and we're talking about the TCEA conference.
Well, hey there, Debbie and Valentine. Welcome,
It's loading, but isn't that neat? Like now they're having a conversation with us. So you could even do this as like a whole class activity. If you have like your topic, you're putting it in. And you're not on Teams, so you're not going to have that interference of, that going on as well. So that's Notebook LM. Try it out. It's pretty cool.
All I was thinking about, Debbie, was like, imagine just putting out there a passage or a book where they're having that conversation in a style of podcast, but then the student can chime in and put their input and their thoughts on what they read. And that would be really interesting to see how this can be used in the classroom.
Exactly. So this was the link to that conversation that it is like a 20-minute conversation they had on the list that I uploaded. And then this is just the basic link to the Notebook LM. So give it a try.
My favorite part was the acknowledgments that the female podcaster was giving. Like everything was so interactive. It was really cool.
It is. It's fun to try. This is just, where do we flip now? I know some of you are probably Flip users in the past, Flipgrid. And we're not going to go over all of these today. They're not all new apps or websites, but they all do have the video option. So, Padlet, Book Creator, ScreenPal, Adobe Express, Screencastify, and there's a flip camera now in the Teams. And you have to be in Teams Classroom and assignments.
Yeah. And so they're really cool. They're great ways to figure out a way where the students can respond with video. And like Debbie said, we did some trainings already on some of these. And if you want us to focus more on any of these, just let us know. But we do have those recordings, and it's very simple and easy to use.
And again, remember, we're just giving you a taste and an overview of what we had today. But if there is something you want a training on, let us know and we'll do it. So Goblin Tools is another fun little tool. This one, if you have like kind of something hard that you need to tell a parent, you can put it in and it will like formalize it for you. You can have it judge what you're going to say. Like, is it a good enough tool? Let me see if I don't know if I had this one open. Let me bring it open real quick.
It's an easy way to start with AI, I think, too.
It's just real easy. Like if you want it to be rude or snarky, you can change it to that too. I mean, it just kind of does whatever. You can add your item here. So like, how do I tell a parent that their child
Eats crayons.
Is what?
Eats crayons.
Okay. So then I can go to like the formalizing. Oh shoot, I just I'm just going to put that and see what it does. So you can see this is just real simple, but it says your child has a tendency to consume crayons. So it made it a little bit more formal. Now here I can change the pepper strength if I want it like super formal, or I guess super formal might be 5. It's just a different pepper level, that type of thing. And of course here you can change.
Do you want it?
I can make it more polite.
I want you to make it snarky.
Okay. It has come to my attention that your little one has developed a rather unique taste for crayons. Oh, we want to make it what? Let's see. I don't know if it's snarky is one of our choices, but
more sarcastic.
More sarcastic. There we go. So hopefully you're not going to use that with, only when it's appropriate. Oh, how wonderfully sophisticated. Your little genius is indulging in a gourmet meal of crayons. Clear. They have such refined taste that regular food just doesn't cut it anymore. So it's just kind of fun to play with. And there's some different tools. There's a judge. You can put in your your text, and it will give you some suggestions or judge what you're having. So it's kind of fun here. And there's even a chef. You can put in ingredients. It will come up with some things for you. So give it a try. Goblin Tools is pretty fun.
Yeah, like we said, it's like a beginning stages of starting to use AI and chatting with them. It gives a lot of steps to simply do it and just fix stuff for you. This Google read along was on the stage a lot.
Yes, and I'm just going to briefly show it. It is just exactly what it says. The student reads along. They can come in here and pick from a selection of different stories. And there's different levels. If you kind of scroll down to the bottom, there's level 1, 2, and 3. So they just pick a story. So I'm just going to click right here.
Let's read.
And
Let's count legs.
Bird had 2 feet. You see how it won't let me go on because of course, I'm not pronouncing things right.
Read this
you
out loud.
Said Legos.
Legs.
And then it would have put it correct.
And then she gave me the right pronunciation, legs.
Well done. You got
and
that.
And I didn't read everything else right either, but it does give you some feedback as you go. Egret has 2 legs too. And it will give you stars and positive feedback. Cow has 4 legs. So just kind of fun. Easy and fun. This does not give any data to the teacher. It is simply just for the student to practice their reading and get some independent feedback.
Correct. Now there is a Microsoft version of this that is also standalone on a website, which is Reading Coach. And it's a little bit similar, but it creates the stories with AI, and the students are able to do it also at home. And we have reading progress in Microsoft Teams that our students are able to use, and you can upload yourself any passages for fluency, and that will work really well as well.
Cool. This was a new one that Leslie Fisher also introduced called LTX, and it was kind of an interesting story because someone told her about a different website, and I think it was LXT or something, but she typed it wrong because she says, she's like dyslexic and has visual problems. And she came to this cool story visualizer by putting in the wrong website of what the person had told her. So this one, you can actually upload a story like that the student has written. I just wrote this story in with Magic School AI in seconds for the demonstration, but of course we'd want our students to have written their own. And then it kind of turns it into, you can actually turn it into like a little video, and it creates like a little storyboard. So I uploaded the story, and then it created these pictures and like a little storyboard. And you can actually also have it speak. And I only recorded the first one just for a demonstration, but then it puts it together into like a little video.
Mia wakes up to birdsong, harmonizes with nature, and embraces her singing passion in a cozy, sunlit bedroom.
So I only did the first clip, but of course it plays then the whole little video. So you can actually visualize your story and have it read, as you're playing. And then you can share it over here, and you can just download that video. And then you have it in your download folders, and you brought your story to life. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That's really cool.
I did just do it for free today. I'm sure there's a paid version as well, but we like to use everything for free. So give it a try if you want to try to visualize a story. I thought it was a pretty cool tool. It's probably more for your a little bit older student. It's probably not for your younger elementary, but maybe they could try it. That some of the things there might be a little more advanced.
Well, if they do a story generation on Magic School, then they can grab that story and use it in here, and that would be cool for them to see.
And you could do a class story too, with the teacher and the class as you're learning how to use the tool. All right. Then we have CuriePod, which I'm sure most of you have probably heard of before. This one is, it will create a slideshow presentation for you. And it has like polls and word clouds, drawings. The students can then join the slides, and it becomes an interactive activity where the student can answer those questions. What I think is kind of fun too, after each question, the students get to vote on their favorite answer. And then it gives some feedback to the person participating, about the if they who got the most, feedback for their answer.
Yeah, the number one or two. And it doesn't usually for the draw-its, but it makes it very interactive, like you said, Debbie. I really like seeing this one. CuriePod, and it has a lot of preset and ready to do stuff, but if, for example, if a teacher already has slides done, they can just upload it and it will automatically create some of the interactivities for the students, which is really fun.
Yeah, so give that one a try as well. And I think soon we'll probably have a whole session on CuriePod. I don't think we've done a session on that this year, so I do see that coming in the near future.
Cynthia was telling us that it also has test prep for SER and ECR feedback, and it does. Now, some of those test preps might be on premium only, though. So I think there's a few that are open, but there's some that are more specific that are only in premium.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of those are in the premium version, but go ahead and see what's available. See if it fits your what you're teaching and what you need it for. Almanac was a new one to me. I had not heard of this one until the conference. This is an AI-based education platform, and it's been designed just to cater to teachers and help us like with lesson planning, that type of thing. So you can sign up for a free trial, and then you can also get extended free time by getting other people, like recommending it to other people. And if you get them to sign up, it gives you like a little code. And so this is actually my code, the link right here to give, if you sign up, I get more free time. So don't give everybody this free code. what I recommend is if you sign up and you want to recommend it to other people, get your own code and give that code to them so that you can get a little extra free time, with the program. Let me go to this one real quick. This is just how it looks. I've already created a little lesson on multiplication. It added a video for me. It added a worksheet, and it also gave me some slides. So as I was creating that, you can just put in your TEKS, and it just created this whole lesson for me. Now, I know a lot of times as teachers, we don't need it to do that, but sometimes we do. Like we mostly have our curriculum, our lesson plan guides. So this is just a little extra. If you maybe your students are struggling and you're doing it for like enrichment time or tutoring time, you want to come in and do some other lessons, this might be a program for you. And it's just simple. You go to the create, and like I said, we're not doing full-blown step-by-step, but if this is something you would like to see more of, we can do that later as well, because our time is going fast today.
And again, anybody who was a TCEA and they want to unmute themselves, feel free to do so at any time. Share what you saw with whatever tool we're talking about.
And then Magic School, this one's been around for a while. We pretty much started seeing this last year. I use Magic School almost every day. I like the way it generates responses, like in the educational setting. And I just feel like it gives me good answers. And I don't have to edit a lot. When I do one of the other chat, like Copilot and ChatGPT, which are great AI tools, I feel like I have to edit those more because they're not like my educational answer that I want or to use, the word verbiage that I like in the educational setting. And Magic School just really has that.
Yeah,
And go ahead, Val.
A plethora of really cool tools.
Yes.
And like the prompt assistant is really great on phrasing everything that you want to do and make it perfect for the chatbot to understand better. So put everything that you want in words, and then it makes it the best way so it will understand it. And with the student rooms and the Magic student section, it is a great way to have accessibility for your students, and then you also are able to see what their interaction with the AI is, and you get flagged if they're using anything inappropriate as well.
Yeah. So if you haven't checked that out, check it out. Magic School is amazing. And their tools, you can use all their tools for free. You just have to copy and paste it like into where, your documents that you're doing. So it is awesome. Google Labs is like all AI now. If you haven't been to the Google experiments, the Google Labs, it's pretty cool. You can check it out. There's a lot of AI experiments out there. I liked this one, Say What You See. It's just kind of fun. I was going to go to it, but I'm not because we're limited on time now. But it gives you a picture, and you have to actually type a description. So from my description that I typed, I got this picture, which I thought wasn't too bad. I thought, hey, I didn't do too bad, but it gave me a 69% match. And then down here, it's kind of hidden by this bubble, but this what I typed, but this bubble just tells me how I could have maybe have made it a little bit better. So it's pure fun. But it also helps. This one would help with students, maybe with their writing and how to be more descriptive. What are some of those, how can I make it better and more visual, so I think that's why I kind of like that one. I thought it was a fun one.
Help us.
Yeah, true. Snorkel was real fun. This is also interactive. It gives students feedback. It will create, I just had it create a multiplication for third grade. It created a little slide. And then the students can join, and they can actually hear it had them skip count by 2. They can record. So we had 2 students try it out, which was Val and myself. And of course, I was the A+ student and I asked Val not to be. So he was a very good trooper because he is an A+ student, of course, as well. But it gave us some feedback to the student. So what's in purple here is the feedback that the student sees once they participate in the activity, which is pretty cool as well. And then on the left, this is what the teacher sees. She gets to see what the students did and if they had a strong answer, if they didn't have a strong answer, that type of thing. So Snorkel's pretty cool too.
I really enjoy it because it listens to what you're saying as a student and then whatever you're drawing. So the feedback is from both. It's pretty interesting to see how this is implemented.
Yeah. And they join, kind of like CurryPod, you know, they join with the code and participate. And then we have Tiny Wow. And Val was the one that brought this one, so I haven't used it.
Yeah, it's just some tools and a way to do it free. Like if you need to, let's say we don't have Adobe Full and you want to use your PDF tools or image tools or video tools, there's a lot of free features that you can use to be able to achieve that instead of having to pay for it. So that Tiny Wow was just a lot of online tools designed for simplifying your task with PDFs, videos, and images, as well as text.
And again, we have all the links on that first page. Suno is one of my favorites of all time. It's just fun to write songs. And I did write a song for today, so I'll just play it real quick, just a few seconds of it. I put in, actually used Magic School to write this song. And then Suno put the words and the music to it.
Notebook LM, where do I go? Goblin tools got me in the flow. Google read along my learning guide. LTX Studios taking me for a...
So I'm not going to play much because I want to go over the other items real quick, but Suno, you can either have it write the song for you, or you can enter your song that you already wrote or get it from Magic School. They have the song generator, paste the song into here, and it gives you two versions of your song. So it's the same lyrics, but it does two different kind of musical versions. It puts the music with your lyrics and it sings it, and it's amazing. I love it for content. You can take your nouns and verbs and adjectives or social studies and put your content in here and make a song for your kiddos. So that's pretty fun. Give it a try if you haven't done so. It is free. You can do 5 songs a day. So give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
Diffit isn't as new as some of the others. This one is also an AI tool. We're not going to go into it, but it helps with instructional materials. It makes a lot of worksheets, but you can make those digital and use that with your content.
And we do have a code for Diffit to get 6 free months.
Okay.
We'll put it in the slides, so when we share them with you, you'll have it.
We will do that. A short answer is fairly new. This is a gamified writing for any subject. We're not going to go over that, but if you're interested in more, we will go over that because I know we have about 2 minutes. So I'm just going to go over these real quick. We have Conmigo, which is a little bit Magic School-ish. It has the tools, and you're able to go in and generate different AIs using those tools, very similar to Magic School. Note is I like it. You can take your notes from like an assignment, and you can put them in here, and it will make flashcards and quizzes, and it's pretty amazing. They really have changed a lot over the years. They've really updated Note. So if you haven't checked that out, check it out. Brisk Teaching, we have done sessions on this. This is a Chrome extension. You can use it on your Google tools, like your Google Slides, and you have this little bee, or it's, it kind of stays right here, and you can create different things. You can create worksheets, you can create questions to go with your slides, you can summarize, lots of different tools in Brisk. These were more like social media tools that Snyder and we saw at one of the sessions. We had a napkin AI. It will get visuals for your text. This one is just purely fun, not educational. But if you're doing a session, some people are really fans of the show The Office. Here you can go to this stare machine. You can put in an expression and it will bring up an Office clip that goes with that. So it's kind of cool. I put joyful and this is what we got. So some people are fans of The Office. For a session, you might want to include that in some of your sessions just as like a funny opener. Mirror Talk is just, it helps with public speaking or self-reflection. It gives you some feedback on your speaking. We have I don't know how to say this, QSO maybe, or
I don't know. It makes me think
not
of
really
queso,
sure.
but it's really
I know.
it's
I want to think of
501.
cheese, right? This is also kind of more for marketing, but it has some different AI flair you can add to that. And the DID is an animation tool. And so this one turns your photos and videos into dynamic, lifelike avatars. I haven't played around a lot yet with this one, but it seemed kind of cool. So I know it's a little bit after 5, so if anybody has any questions, let us know. We're so happy you joined us. You can stick around for door prizes. We learned so much at TCEA. It's hard to share it all in this short amount of time.
I wanted to also make sure, like, if any of the people that are here right now, that they did go to TCA, if they wanted to share anything that they saw, anything that caught their attention, that they were like, whoa, so cool.
And while they're doing that, I'm going to get the people that are here so I can do a little wheel of names real quick.
Sounds good. Ladies?
There's something that I saw. Let me put my camera on.
Yeah.
That I was able to participate in. I even got my cartoon drawing of Figma.
Oh, Figma.
Yes, which is like the Jamboard on steroids is what they would call it. It's called because Jamboard is going away. So Figma was something like the alternative to it. Plus more, you can embed like your lessons, YouTube videos within it for students to watch, and it's very like interactive. So I like that from
Figma.
what I learned.
You can also, can you add videos also, like recordings in Figma? I think so. So that can also even be like a flip type resource.
Right. And it's completely free. Like there's no add-on, there's no premium, there's nothing that you have to pay for to get access to. So of everything that they offer is completely free.
Yeah, I like that. Thank you for sharing these. Anyone else wants to share anything else?
All right. Well, I'm really glad you all joined us today. Let me share my screen again. So now we can do our door prizes. All right. I have everybody's name here. I'm just going to do a little shuffle. And
You're
good
not
luck.
sharing your screen.
I'm not?
No.
Now?
Now you are.
Okay. That's weird. Okay, so I'm going to read